We're going to come to an interview. Sir, tell me your name again.
Reverend Kenneth Lewis. I'm the pastor of the Green Memorial AME Zion Church.
And you had a peaceful meeting with police earlier this week, correct?
On Tuesday, we had a gathering at the Green Memorial Church, and we considered a commitment to peace gathering. It was about an hour long.
So seeing this very different, what is your reaction to all this tonight?
Well, again, I don't know what their goal is. I don't know what the objective is. I know that there's a lot of anger, and I know that there may be some levels of disappointment. I don't know the organizers. I don't know what the objective and the goal is. I'm hopeful that that people will operate in a peaceful way, in a law-abiding way, that we have an opportunity to have dialogue and conversation. And I do know that it's hard to listen to people when they're yelling at you. And so to move from Commercial Street to here, again, I don't know the organizers. I don't know what their goal is. I don't know what their objective is. I'd like to meet them. I'd like to talk to them. And I've not had the opportunity to do that.
One thing that I'd like your perspective on is there are a lot of white people in this crowd. A lot of people have been saying, certainly commenting, why there's so many white people. As a person who is black, does it matter what color people are out here?
No, I don't think it matters. I think it's the goal and the objective. I'm an advocate of Black Lives Matter. I think when you elevate an issue to that level to get people's attention, I think it's important. I think the issue that I'm finding right now is the opportunity to understand what the goal is.
But you come from the perspective that doing this kind of thing is not gonna.
Well, it depends. It depends on how it's structured. It depends if it's peaceful protests. I believe in nonviolent protests, so I'm a bit of a disciple of Dr. King in that regard. The protest always had strategy, and again, I don't know what the goal and objective is here, and I don't mind there being allies and partners contributing to the dialogue and to the conversation. But this is important.
And I want to get your perspective because we talked with the organizers of this protest, 19 and 20-year-olds who are, I assume, are in the police department now because they were arrested. They say that there is a big problem with race in Portland, Maine. And that's not something that people who are white necessarily see every day. Is it something that is happening in here, that happening in our city that we're not seeing?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that institutional racism and structural racism exists. I think that in order to combat that, there needs to be a level of engagement. I think if you don't bring the issue to fore, as I said to many white people on Tuesday, one of the things you can do is that every day, for those of you who have a different mindset, to challenge those individuals who are in your circle every single day to combat racist activity, racist mindsets. And so, again, my whole point, I came down here from my living room. I went to Commercial Street from my living room because my goal is that I don't want young people to get arrested. I don't want anyone to get hurt. I don't want the police to be hurt. And so I spoke to one of the young people there to see if I could get them to stand on the sidewalk. They're hyped right now, and sometimes young people need to blow off a little bit of steam, and it's okay, but you ought not do that to the detriment of somebody else or the detriment to a movement that seeks to create dialogue as well as to create solutions. And so that's what's important to me.
Well, Reverend, I really appreciate your perspective on Channel 8 tonight. Thank you so much. Stay safe.